Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa. Hope you're all having a wonderful and creative day. I decided to create this quick video. Wasn't planning on it, but if you saw yesterday's video where I worked on those corner pieces that I stamped and then colored with my markers, this is how this happened to go. So I was putting away that sheet of stamps I had with those on there, and the one right after it was this one. Now, I think, looks like I've used it twice. I never really could figure out what to use it for, but then I thought, well, let's make some snippets and just color them in with some random colors and put them in a pile because they got numbers on them and numbers, and I think they'd be great little snippets. So, I somehow at some point lost all the little numbers. I took the word date off of there so I could get a label, but the rest are just 01 through 31. This would be great to do for a December daily at some point, probably. I'm pretty sure I bought it directly from Global Land a long time ago. If there is a version of this on Amazon, I will link it. But I did find it on Global Land originally, and I think right now it probably costs too much to try to ship it. But that's where I got it originally. So let me show you what I'm going to do. So I had some paper in my stash that happened to be just a perfect size to stamp one set of these. So what I did, I'll get these out of the way, is I took my VersaFine Claire, the Nocturne is the black, and then the Morning Mist is the lighter one, and I did one of each, and it might be hard to tell because they're not the same number, but this one I did with the Morning Mist, a little lighter, and this one I did with the Nocturne, a little darker. So that is the Morning Mist, a little lighter. All right, I think I'm gonna do this last one. I'm gonna do it with the Nocturne just because it'll probably be nice and bright on the camera. And I'm gonna grab my board here so I can squish better. Now, I don't have a block. I'm not going to take this off and put them onto a block because they're nice and well done, but they're on a very flimsy thing. So the way I did it was I'm going to ink it and I'm going to take the paper and put it on here. Just to make it a little easier to do. Get my finger out of the way so I can do that square one. But this makes me want to go through the rest of my stuff and see what else I can color. I do have all those Tidbits and the Curator collection. All right, so I'm just going to try to get straight as possible. And it doesn't totally matter if it's even on this board, or this piece of cardstock, because they're all going to get cut out later. One thing I did find is, though, as I'm rubbing it to push it down, make sure I hold it before I switch my hand, just so I didn't get a chance of shifting the paper. The first one I did, I shifted it a tiny bit. I don't think it matters too much because they're really kind of small print, and if they're a little fuzzy, I think it's okay. All right, so we're just going to take it and lift, and there we got a wonderful little print of the stuff. Okay, whoops. Number 11 fell off. There we go. But nice and easy, right? All right, so for colors, I was using the lightest stuff that I could when I was coloring it. Some of the dark stuff was a little harder, and something else I did is I did go after I did the one color, I did go back with a different color for the edges to make it a little darker. Some were less successful, like this one, but some were really successful. Like, strangely, this gray looked really cool with 2 shades of gray. This had 2 shades of green. Yeah, fun stuff. So I randomly just took some colors. Let's try it with this light blue. And I just went through and did that. Nothing perfect, nothing beautiful, just kind of fun. Like how easy is this? That looks like the same color. I'm not going to do that one. All right, let's see if I can do a yellow ochre. Kind of an orange color. Let's see. I'm not really even looking at which ones it needs to be. So, all right. Let's see if there's a... Let's do this green. Ooh, that's a pretty green. So if I was doing it for, say, a December daily, like I said, I probably would choose some colors like greens, and I don't know if the reds would really work because they're darker. All right, yellow. I think I need a yellow. Lemon yellow. There we go. All right. And I think we need some purple. Let's do... All right. Now, like I said, the other step I did for these is I did take a slightly darker color and try to put a little bit of edging on some of these. Just to add a little bit of, not shadow, but different colors on there. All right, and I think I'm gonna add a little bit to that, and miss that yellow, just to add a little bit to that. A couple different shades of green there. I think that's okay. Not all of them have to be a winner, and I don't have to do all of them. Okay. All right, so all I did, and I won't totally show it on camera for all these just because it takes forever, but all I did was then cut between the rows. And voila, you have some fun colored snippets. Now, if you wanted to, and I do this a lot with my stuff, is I will put it in my little snippet box or bag or whatever I have, like these. And when I go to use them, that's when I will go ahead and ink them on the edges. But I can also now take this probably and color some stuff in. So now I have something fun for my purple file. looks totally different. And the reason that I thought of this is because I did see the curator stamps. I actually saw the Tim Holtz version, a picture of it, and all those are like colored tickets. I'm like, well, of course, colored. Why wouldn't you take them and color them? You know, something like that. And have a colored ticket. Oops. I'm just gonna trim this down. So I really think I am definitely going to have some fun with these. Cute, right? For the red journal. All right, just trim this down a little bit. And for the purple journal, right? Fun stuff. Now, I also went through and as I was testing this theory, I had a round stamp out, and I did do a round stamp, and I colored those in, and then I cut them out with my circle punch. Cute, right? Okay, well, that is my quick jump on for this, and another reason why I am in love with those colored markers that I got them. I'm very excited, and they do get even better as they dry. They seem to mellow out a little bit. I like it. Okay, well, that is going to be it for me today. I hope you appreciate that quick jump on, and give you some ideas of fun stuff you can do with your stamps, and if you've got alcohol markers. All right, that's going to be it for me today. Thanks so much for stopping by, and as usual, I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. Bye now.